Hey everyone, Maury Curtis Dunbar here with Painted Studios. Yes, we are on very late today. It's been a very busy day here at the studio. And so I'm finally getting a chance to come live. Yesterday, I never even got near the camera. It's that time of year. So I figured I'd come on a little late. We'd work on some different projects, have a little fun. We've been working on really tiny stuff, making ornaments, making things like our little light up guys. I still love this. I think that's so cute that I did that happy accident happened. And so today we're going to work on bigger scale. We have these big ornaments, cutouts, huge ones that we have hanging in our window, and I've been making them for years. So this side we did a finish on. Hey Kelly, nice to see you. So this year we did a finish on it with, or last year we, this side, this year, this side, this whatever. Hey Maddie, nice to see you. This side we did a sort of a leather finish over a stencil, and you can see the pattern, and we've done some glitter, and we've done some leathery kind of finish. Well, we're going to take the other side and do some finishes on that, just like we're going to do with our stocking cutout that we worked on the other day. So you can see this side's taped off to protect it, and we're going to work on this side. We've got a couple fun finishes, and we're not going to be on too late tonight because I know it's, you know, it's 7 o'clock here. So for those of you on the East Coast, it's 8 o'clock. I'm sure you all want to, you know, go have some dinner. I know I'm going to go home and have some after I finish up. All right, so we're not going to stay on long. Oh, before I finish though, and Jenny and Melina, nice to see you. Before I forget, this is the 10th day of our Advent calendar sale. So today is 25% off of all mica flakes and nuggets. And just for the fun of it, I threw in all the glitters, the shatters, the glass beads, and the dust too. So the sale that is going on today, that goes on until 11:59 tonight. I want to thank all of you who have been shopping with us, especially during the holidays. We had a wonderful gal who bought 6 birdhouse kits today. So I'm actually getting a restock on birdhouses tomorrow. So we have lots and lots of fun things to work on. All right, so let's go down to the cutout here. Get you in there. And let's get a little more light on the subject. Yes, here we go. So I have painted this side with set coat black, and it is real far from perfect because I have globs of stuff along the edges. Hey Lisa, nice to see you here. So the finish, you know, we'll see some of the flaws, but it's a cool finish anyway, and this is really the back of the ornament. So I'm more teaching you a finish than I am working for a perfect finish. Or working for a perfect ornament here. Sorry, I gotta grab a piece of paper towel because I did a bunch of stuff and my paintbrush is soaking wet, and I don't like working with a soaking wet paintbrush because then it seeps water all over the surface. You can see I had a few drips that I'm cleaning off. Okay, in our paint tray here, we have Faux Effects Set Coat in Metallic Red, Light Green, Copper, and True Gold. And I poured it in because what we're going to do is going to be messy. So I'm turning all the colors towards me so I can reach at it, but I also want you all to be able to see which colors I'm dipping into. So I'm going to start with some Metallic Red Set Coat, and I'm just sort of cross-hatching it all over the surface. Now I have done this finish on walls, on floors, on ceilings, on furniture. Of course, when I do it on floors, it gets the heaviest top coat I can get my hands on. So then we've got the metallic red. I'm going to take a little metallic, just using the same brush of the metallic copper. Make sure you get your edges, because that's where I always fail on this. I'm just going to scrape my brush out a little bit on the edge of one of these openings to my dish. And these dishes that I work with, my friend Camilla brought them to me. She got them at like the dollar store, I think. So if you can find one of these compartments, like a chips and dips dish or a crudité dish. All right, so we're going to slap a little gold in here. And then we're going to come in with the green. Now this looks pretty chaotic as it stands right now, but then I take a towel, I wipe the excess paint off the brush, and then I grab a little bit of metallic red on the tip, and then I come back and I do this. And I am wet brushing and blending at the same time, and I'm cross-hatch movement. None of this is tidy, none of this is perfect. Some of the paint off the brush again. And I want a little more red up here because this turned very gold with that big blob of gold that I had up there. This is one of the few finishes I will show you that you don't want it perfectly blended and you are actually taking full advantage of the brush strokes that you're going to create. That will create a beautiful finish. All right. Let me wipe some more off my brush. I got a little muddy up in here because that gold just wanted to take over. So I'm coming back in with a little more copper. And if you don't want to use this much paint, you let this dry and do a whole nother layer over it. It works just fine. Let's get a little more red. I love how this looks when it's all done. So I'm much happier with how the bottom half of this came out than the top. So I'm gonna let this dry. I'll probably come back and add some more color in a few minutes, but we're gonna work on the other one first. So let's let that one dry, but that's a cool brushed finish. And as you saw, super, super fast. Now, when it's heavy paint like this, don't put this upright, don't lay it down flat to dry, because if you put it upright and there's any heavy weight to the paint, it's gonna sag and drip. So, you know, cut yourself some slack, set this to the side, let it dry for a while. And let's move this over to the side here. Oh, I'm knocking everything over. It's the end of the day and I get clumsy when I get tired. So we're gonna take this paper and move all of that paint out of the way. We're gonna take that paper, turn it over. We're gonna take this paper. Sorry, I'm gonna shake the camera because the camera's on the paper. I wanna turn everything over so that there is no wet paint when I lay our, that's wet, so that's gonna go bye-bye. I want absolutely no wet paint on the surface when I put the blue one up because I don't want to ruin the finish that I worked so hard to get on this side. Now I'll adjust the camera now that I shook it because clearly I'm not well in the frame. There we go. Okay, so I have this shape to work with. We have to mix, and I'm going to put the wet paper back up, fold it in half. I want to make sure when I put the side down that I can use for mixing, I don't put a wet side down on the clean paper because I've done that before and made a hell of a mess. Okay, I've got a cup and we are going to use our Artsyville gel medium. I always have plastic down to the surface. It helps keep it fresher longer. You don't have a lot of drying out on it. Okay, we're gonna need fairly generous amount of this. I almost always mix more than I need. So I'm gonna put our Artsyville gel medium plastic back down to the surface, close it up. Now, we've talked about pigmenting this, we've talked about troweling it on, we've talked about mixing in all kinds of stuff. So today, it's going to be a mix-in kind of day. We have our teal glitter, and where did I put them? I think I left them still on the shelves. We're going to put some glass bead gel, glass beads on there. And that's not the ones I wanted. The ones I wanted are over here. Hang on just a second, we're going to take them. We have our pearl glass beads, and we're going to mix these in to our gel medium. And everybody says, how do you know how much you want until it's where you want it to look like? I like lots of glitter, so I'm being very generous with my glitter. This is the Artsyville Ice, and you can see I have 2 jars of it. And then I'm going to take our pearl glass beads, lots of them. And then I'm going to take a little stick and mix it up, and this will tell me if I need more. Depends on how densely glittery bead jelly is the mix when I mix this up. And I want a very dense mixture. I don't want a lot of gel and not a lot of stuff suspended in it. So we're going to take some more. And we're going to take some more. Now understand, adding this much stuff, it's a little like adding flour. The glitter and the glass beads don't dissolve in here, but you add volume because you're putting more stuff in here, and the more dry product you mix in here, the less wet this becomes because it's coating all of those dry products to suspend it, which is perfect for what I want. Okay, so I've got my mixture. And when this dries, it will dry completely clear, and all you'll see is the glass beads and the glitter. Now I can put that on there. I actually got a little bit organized tonight. I know that's shocking. You all see me do this in so many times that was so unorganized. And here comes my constant state of oh, there it is. Nope, I'm not disorganized. I did put a hotel room key over here to trowel this on, and I thought I'd lost it. So I'm just taking another one of our infamous hotel room keys, spreading this on, and this does not have to be perfect, but I did tape off because I have the other side finished, and I don't want this to go everywhere. So this looks like, you know, looking at this going, God, that's a lot of bead gel to use. Yeah, it is. But we're going to do something else with it just besides a solid coating of bead gel, and this is going to be very cool. I just got to get this on here. And of course, if I'm missing any questions, I will flip this up and check out the questions shortly, but I don't see any at the moment. I just see a bunch of you all kind of hanging out and watching what I'm doing. I know some of you are also fans of Jennifer Ferguson, who is probably going live at this very second, because somehow I managed to do a live the same time she does. And that is generally not what I try to do because it doesn't help either of us. Come on. Spread across. I'm really just trying to keep it to the thickness of the size of one bead. Because otherwise I'm just wasting products when I build it up super thick. I do have to get the whole thing coated before I can do the next step. little more. Got to get it that toe area. And, you know, if you don't like getting stuff like this on your hands, put on gloves, because this will grab on and like to stay grabbed. So, you know, put on a pair of gloves if you don't want to wear this forever. Me, I you know, personally stick my hands in so much stuff at this point, I kind of don't care. So I actually made just a little more than I needed in the bead gel, but not much. Okay, so the next step, now that I've got this troweled on, and this is gonna, you know, this would, if I left this just as it was, it would take, you know, at least overnight to get clear. But we're not leaving it as it is, and it'll still need overnight to turn clear, because that's the nature. So we're going to use one of these tools. Now this is a grass tool. It looks like AstroTurf. This one in particular is made by, let's see, who's the label peeled off? Oikos, not the yogurt people. It's part of a Tova's company. I have a few of these for sale. They're not on the website. I bought them specifically for classrooms. We haven't had a class in here for a while, so I'm more than happy to sell them at the cost I got them for, which is $27.50 if you want them. If you don't sweat it. So I'm going to take my funny little grass tool, and I'm doing this. Oops, I'm going to have to hold on it. And it creates this funky texture. And then all this stuff that's built up here, I take it on the paper, bang it out. Now my light's in the way so you can't quite see. I just knock it out of there. Now if I was doing this on a whole huge wall, all this little extra bits of stuff are great to have. Because you bang them back on the wall and it gives you more places that you can put this product. Now this doesn't look like much now, but tomorrow when it dries, we're going to have little rivers of glitter that is going to be just so cool. It's going to look like a web. And now you understand why it had to be taped off so well, because it's gooey. So we're going to set that one aside to dry overnight as well. I need another place besides the one I was about to set it. Okay. Sorry, had to get rid of that and put it over onto the side. All right, so I'm going to take the key that I had here, and I'm just going to scrape up the extra, put it in the container. I'll put a lid on the container, and I'll have more bead gel to embellish something that I've made out of my own beads and my own glitter tomorrow. But here's some fun use on how to use our gel medium and some of our beads and glitter. You can do this with the mica flakes. You can do this with the nuggets. You can do it with the shatter. You can do it with all of... Sorry, I've got to get this stuff out of here. You can do it with all of our additives. They all will happily go into into the gel medium, and you'll be making your own version of glass bead gel for different projects. Or, you can take the same method that I did here. You can buy our glass bead gel. You can add some glitter. You can add some other glass beads, and you can use it exactly the same way you just saw me use it. It will work. I take all of that and set it to the side. I'm going to flip the camera up. All right, let me see. Sorry, I got to squint to see the camera because it's a little far away. All right. Like I said, we're going to keep it super short today. That's all we're doing today. Thank you, everybody, for popping in and giving me some of your evening. Again, Don't forget, we are in the middle of our Advent sale. So today being December 10th, the product that's on sale is 25% off of micas and nuggets. And then we added the glitters, the shatters, the glass beads, and the dust to it to be all encompassing. God, I can't say the words today. So embrace the sale. Go check it out. Go find some fun stuff. The sale is good until midnight. And then if you've looked at the calendar post, you'll know what we have on sale tomorrow. Don't ask me what it is right now. I can't remember. I don't have that much memory left in me. All right, everybody, use that little arrow button that's right down there on your phone to sprinkle the loves, help us grow. I will be coming up with a contest again, but it will be between the week of Christmas Day and New Year's Eve. It's going to be a very short contest, and I don't quite have all the details of it worked out anyway. So, all right, everybody, have a wonderful night. We will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.